You don't have the control factors that is required to stay solvent right now. You're learning. So don't be doing this. I need to do this because this guy does 5 fucking trades. He's got Trump coins. He's flipping fucking quarters. Fuck that shit. You have to limit your exposure. You have to do that now in the beginning, because if you don't, you're going to develop bad habits, or you're just going to blow your fucking account, and you're going to discourage yourself before you even give yourself a real chance to do this and succeed. But if you take 2 trades and they both lose, you took one at 10 lots, you lose. Take one at 5 lots. That's half of what you leveraged on your first trade and lost. The next trade, you're taking 5 lots. If you lose on that one, you're done for the day. If you win on that second trade, regardless of what the win is, you're done for the fucking day. You do not trade in the PM session. Done. But Michael, shit! You don't fucking trade again. You won. Leave it there. There's other trading opportunities. Stop fucking thinking that one trade idea, that one particular trading session is the be all end all. That's your fucking career. You're trying to encapsulate your entire fucking lifetime career in that one trading day. The fuck is wrong with you? Stop thinking like that. That's what every neophyte retail losing fucking prick does. I'm telling you, because I did that same shit when I was 20 years old. Stop. You have to expand your expectations beyond that right now moment. How is the decision you're about to make right now going to impact your career? Is it going to fucking end you? Are you going to invite the ending of your career in that one trading session, that one trading day? Because that's what you're really fucking doing when you break these rules. So when you break them, don't fucking cry to me. Don't you dare send me a fucking tweet saying I didn't listen, because I don't want to see it. Because I've given you reasons now how to avoid it. I've given you the logic on how to avoid it. But if you take in one trade at 10 and you lose, you take another trade at 5 contracts and you lose, you stop trading. Whenever you trade again, whether it may be the next trading day or next week, say it happens to be on a Friday, okay? My best advice is if you had a winning week, don't trade on Fridays, because you'll regret it. If you lose, you're going to want to get back to what you had as an equity high for the week in such a short little period of time, and the market generally tends to get real quiet towards the end of the Friday week close. And you'll think you see shit in the charts, and they won't be there. And you'll lose more. And you'll go into the weekend hating it. Because either you gave back the weekly gain or a large portion of it, and you could have been feeling good about it on the weekend, saying, you know what, I didn't trade on Friday. I had a good week. Why push it? Why? Why the fuck do you need that? Because you're trying to increase your social media equity curve, and that's a fucking loser's game. Don't do that. It's about making fucking money and consistently keeping it. Fuck their opinion about you or me. Who gives a fuck? Do you think any of this shit that these people fucking say about me is changing anything? It hasn't. So don't worry about it. Don't factor any of those fucking things in. Keep your results. That's the focus. And follow the fucking rules. But whatever that next trading day is, whether it be the next trading day or the next week, on a Monday, if it's been Friday, you did this 2-day or 2 losing trades in one single day. What would you trade with if you lost 10 and 5? Well, you can't do 2.5. So just do 2 contracts. And you have to trade that 2 contracts until you make 50% of what you lost when you lost on the 5 contract losing trade. Once you get back to 50% of that, now this is the highest form of what I do. You shouldn't, in the beginning, you shouldn't do this. You should recoup the full loss that you took at the 5 contract loss. And then at that point, then you can go back to trading 5 contracts. And when can you go back to 10? When you make what that losing trade was when you lost on 10 contracts. You have to be organized. You have to be diligent about keeping records of what you did, how you lost the money, and how do you build it back systematically, soberly. You're not trying to go out there and just roll the fucking dice. It's not fucking Las Vegas, folks. You got to go in here with a principled mindset, knowing that you can lose your fucking ass. Don't take stupid risks. Don't guess. If it's not obviously in the chart, and if the conditions aren't ripe, where the production of a result that is favorable isn't likely and more in your favor than not, you don't fucking trade. You don't do that. You simply observe. And if you don't know when that is, You haven't been studying and backtesting and tape reading long enough, because you're going to know when it's obvious for you to get in. Right now, you're all just itching to get that feeling of winning the fucking lottery like it's a scratch off. That's dumb. That's a loser's mindset. You don't do that, folks. You don't do. Traders that make money consistently, they don't fucking guess. They don't guess. We know exactly what we're fucking looking for. We're waiting for it. If it doesn't materialize, we sit still. And we don't give a fuck about Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry on social media and what they're claiming they did. Does that make sense? Has anything I've outlined here seemed overly complicated, except for the folks that don't know my terminology? Or if you're too green and have never really looked at a chart and understood the references of the weekly chart versus an intraday chart, I understand then it would go over your head. But if you spend time with the content that I've put on my YouTube channel, you come back to this video or come back to this discussion or this recording, and everything I just outlined for you is a fucking pathway to the fucking bank. It's consistent, folks. What I just outlined here today, you'll get this at least 2 times a week. And you only need one. You only need one to have a career. One winning trading day. And if you stopped, that's a career. See, some of you see what I do against these people that talk shit about me. I'll put example out just every day. Boom, 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 boom. And you think that's what ICT wants me to do. No, it's not what I want you to do. I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is find your unique model that fits you, that fits your risk appetite, how you are comfortable with trading, your frequency of trading. And then live there. Bloom where you're planted. See, there's a lot of things I'm never going to fucking teach you folks, okay? I'm not going to do it, because what I've taught already has been abused. And there was other things that I was never going to teach you anyway, because I'm not permitted to teach it to you. But you don't need to know those things, but I will absolutely showcase that shit in 2023. You got no idea what I'm about to fucking show. But you don't need to try to keep up with that. Just because you're my student, you don't need to do that. My interest, my whole fucking reason for doing this is I want to see you all succeed and see beyond your paychecks. I want you to have that feeling of knowing that you have something extra, because that little bit of a help each month goes a long fucking way. When I was a young man, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a rant here, and then I'll open up for 5 questions. And please don't give me, yeah, I got 3 questions real quick. No, you got 1 question, and now I'm moving on. When I was a young man and I moved out of my aunt and uncle's house, I was paying room and board with them $50 a week, and they more or less were like, hey, we were trying to give you a helping hand, not let you sit here and get rich. And I was like, okay, well, that wasn't the result of our conversation and where I was thinking we were going to go with this, but I felt uncomfortable, so obviously I had to move out. And I didn't know a lot about life in general. I had a very sheltered childhood. I didn't know much about many things at all, really. And when I was living by myself, the rent wasn't all that expensive. I think it was like $416 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. And buying furniture and buying things for the house and stuff, it was awkward for me, because I didn't know I didn't know how to pick shit, and I was single at the time. And I was afraid if I bought the wrong furniture and if I started dating someone, they wouldn't like the furniture. And then it was, because I'm obsessively compulsive, it was very, very difficult for me. And all these little decisions, these little things that I had to contend with, would be a factor in my trading. Like these things, like I would be thinking, am I buying the right fucking color couch? Is that rug in the kitchen by the sink, is that the right fucking color? Because if I meet this girl I'm trying to meet, and she comes over here and she sees this fucking rug and she says anything bad about this fucking rug, I'm burning this motherfucking rug. Okay. The whole time I'm watching crude oil. Okay. The whole time I'm watching gold futures markets. Okay. I'm doing all those things, and I'm worrying about this stupid shit. So I know if I had to come back up through this stuff, the climate that we have right now, where things are hard, folks. These markets right now, these are the hardest market conditions I have ever traded in. 30 years I've been around this show. In the last 3 decades, this is the hardest time to be a trader. If you are profitable and you're consistently profitable, you know what? My hats are off to you. I'm telling you right now, this is where you're separated. Like, this is the division. If you can find profitability in these types of markets right now, you're a fucking amazing trader. You control yourself, you mastered yourself, and all of you, regardless of whatever style you use. I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's something outside of what I do. I'm not the only one that can make money, obviously. But my opinion about how you should learn how to read the market, I'm biased in that regard. And everybody has their own opinion. Everybody that has a course, everybody has a service, a program, they're all going to say they're the best. Okay? I get it. But anybody that's able to find profitability right now in the last 2 years, and you're consistently able to do so, you should be very proud of yourself. Because I'm telling you, I've never seen a market environment like this where something so trivial that can come out right at any time and the market goes to shit, unravels completely everything that you think you see in the marketplace. And you have to be very, very nimble. And one of the concerns I have going forward, and this is like one of the things I'm observing and studying, proficiently, or not proficiently, profusely. I think it's the term I'm looking for, profusely. Obsessively, let's just say it that way. I'm looking to see, do we deteriorate even more? And my obsessive compulsive disorder is flaring right now, because this is where I would be putting the control M in and going back and editing it out, and then now saying it the way I wanted to say it. But I want to see, do we deteriorate more going forward? Does it get harder to trade? Or are we working ourselves out of those kinks in the marketplace where it's been very, very challenging, very, very difficult? Now, when I say that, obviously you can see that I can find setups and their precision is still there, but not to the degree that it was prior to 2019 and that type of climate. I want to see it come back, because if I can get that in 2023, you're going to see world history.